we'll start the session.
I still only have 60 hit points.
I started recording, so...
Oh, hello!
Just now.
Just pay no attention to that joke. Surely nothing bad will happen.
I think they missed that. I don't think it started.
Oh, I took a nap, so I don't know if she was cackling a lot while I was sleeping today, so...
I mean...
That's always a good sign, I guess.
Indeed.
So yeah. Welcome back. Last time on The Fallen Returns, you guys poked your head to where the Shadowfell portal was, saw that it was being ripped open, and you guys are like, oh, hell nah to the nah, and came up with this brilliant plan of running into the Shadowfell to confront whatever was opening up the portal. And you're like, yeah, woo! You guys ran in, and then ran into something, and noticed that, between the mountain, suspended between it was the sealed form of the supermassive ancient shadow dragon of doom, where you're like, yeah, that needs to stay right there. And so you fought this thing, which was happy to see you guys. So after a intense fight, which saw people getting beat up, maximum HP being reduced, somebody failing their death saving throw with a natural 1. You guys were victorious and ran back through the closing portal. Afterwards, you guys kind of fell on the ground and said, fuck this shit. The Normandy and Bucky were summoned. Whiskey was passed around. Silver dragon kisses were given on foreheads. Because Zinnia totally doesn't baby you all. And you guys head back to Lady Firebreakers. The long journey, you guys managed to get through some alcohol to help take the edge off of fighting in the Shadowfell again, which we have discovered you guys in the Shadowfell don't agree with each other.
It made my daylight spell go away.
It's almost like you guys are the antithesis of the Shadowfell. Funny that.
Let's make a point never to go there again. Ever.
I am okay with this suggestion.
I love this flying carpet.
Are you just looking at things and saying that you love them, Corin?
I love you, Professor.
That would be a yes.
Yeah, where do you guys get this?
Where did we get this?
An ancient silver dragon.
That's right.
Right.
Honestly, I don't know where they get half.
Wait, I thought didn't we buy this in
Shalloon.
Oh, did we buy it? I thought we were given to us.
No, we bought this fucking thing.
We've had a lot of things
very
given.
expensive.
You're right, we bought it in Shalloon to go to the Hollow.
Yep.
One step on the ground.
Which was a good idea.
I love the Normandy.
It's a good carpet.
Are we just floating through the streets of Mythgar?
Oh yeah, Zinna,
You're in red somewhere.
your guide down to the Path of Shadows is leading you guys back to Lady Firebreakers. You guys are getting curious stares from the populace as you move through the streets winding. Zinna is like trying not to laugh her ass off as she watches you people. Like the professor is like melted over Bucky. Like Talmar is kind of like draped over Bucky's head.
But I am sober.
I think you might be the only one.
Yeah,
No, I'm sober too.
oh, no fun.
I'm in between.
The rest of you are kind of like sprawled on the Normandy. There's like an empty whiskey bottle like somewhere entangled in all the limbs.
It's like we're playing... What was that game? Where you put your hands and feet in places. Didn't you guys have that game when you grew up?
Tornado.
The
Maybe.
floor is lava.
No, that one's fun too. Especially when you can actually do that.
Don't get eaten by the wild animals. What?
Don't wake Daddy.
That's a very popular game in Talrand.
Tax the poor? I'm not sure what games we're talking about here.
I didn't like that.
Oh, I played that one all the time.
That game always lasted 14 hours. No one's ever finished it.
I mean, did you guys ever have the game where you set up all the little things and you try to catch the little bits of vermin? Did anyone ever actually play that?
If it didn't
Usually
involve
Quorum did that.
I always lost a piece,
Of course.
and then I couldn't build it.
Sometimes I used to just set that one up, but then never play it.
At this point, your guy goes, my favorite one is, it takes
we
fucking
didn't ask
forever.
you.
He kind of just goes,
Connor, let him speak.
I like the one with you. There's all the countries of Koskana, and you have the little men and you move them around, and it's called, I think, Peril.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that
it's-
game at the
That's a pretty good
monastery.
one. I like that one a lot.
always
You always
bored me.
gathered everyone up in Toknell, and then you just wrecked the board.
No.
No. You put
Oh,
everybody up in Shar, and you just had like all these extra
No,
armies.
no one
against
ever
the
wanted
bottleneck.
Shar.
There's no story. There's no reason for playing that game. It's just power grab. No, thank you.
Exactly.
Okay,
There are
I
better
mean,
types of grabs
it's
than
useful.
power grabs.
alright.
First you get the power.
Okay, so
No.
you all get DM inspiration for this. Because this is fucking amazing.
Thank God, I really needed it.
Drunken board game talking in another like game.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
As you guys are, most of you are drunkenly talking, the other are tiredly talking about games you grew up with as a kid. And someone, you hear the guy sort of mentioning to Zinna, and Zinna's like, my favorite one was, it was a magical one and it talked, and it would command you to do things like bop it. And twist it and pull it, which always felt rather dirty. But at this point, he's being
Was this a
read.
game for children? Are you sure?
My
That sounds like a training aid, not at all.
my favorite was Clue. You had to figure out which Islanduran killed what Islanduran and in what city-state with
I remember that
weapons. Yes. I couldn't come up with a clever other name, but I figured it would also be called Clue here.
Question.
Who done it?
We called that one. We called it evidence in Shaolin.
Evidence. Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
evidence! I've played that.
Mike's
Oh.
too good at this.
But what about apologies?
God damn it! Alright, moving on!
No, my favorite one was with the little cards that you put up with. Wait, did we already do that one with the faces?
No, what was this one? I
That
don't
was-
know
I remember
that one was-
That one was so good.
That one was Who's That?
Oh.
Yep.
I have a feeling I would have been good at
You
that.
had to describe the faces, and if you didn't have them, you just flip them over.
You're like,
Uh,
is your character an elf? And then like you'd always like knock down half.
Well, and yeah, there's always have to.
So it's like, my favorite one is the one that my mother forbid us to play ever again. Is that there were different colors and different numbers, and you would try to get down and get rid of all your cards. I believe it was called Fuck You?
I like the one where you had to say, sink your pirate ship.
So anyway, you guys are slowly playing Lady Firebreakers. You guys are talking animately about board games, and some of you are still passing around the whiskey bottle, a new one, by the way. At this point, you guys are giggling and laughing, and sometimes you laugh so hard that your bruises and your wounds start to ache, but it just feels so good to not be dead. But at this point, so you're like, ah, cool, whatever. You manage to get to Lady Firebreakers, where they open up immediately for you. So your stride is not even broken, except for they try to stop Talmor. They try to stop Bucky from going in.
No. My horse is going in.
So, are you trying to ride your horse into this person's house?
Yes. Bucky deserves.
I was
inside
just
too.
checking.
Sir, it's your horse. You can't bring your horse.
More than a horse. That horse has seen more combat than all you dwarves put together.
I'm
And it's
gonna
not
tell
gonna make a
Bucky.
mess.
Listen, do you hear this guy? He's saying no horses allowed.
Trust me,
You
we've
hear
tried to
this?
figure it out. It doesn't make a mess.
I'm sorry. I'm still amused with the image. I just seen Connor just flat on his back and occasionally just shouting things.
Yeah.
I'm still draped over a horse, like putting my finger up when I say have a point to say, and then I put it back down.
Bucky, you can fit through the door, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. See, he can be fine.
Oh, yeah.
If he makes a mess, I'll clean it up. Or no, actually, he'll clean it up.
I'm not cleaning it up.
Yes, you are.
Jesus, Celestial Horse, does he make messes?
I poop
We've had
rainbows.
him for like a year and a half. What do you think? Like, actually, this is a good question. Has he
I
made
don't
messes?
fucking know.
Wait, what?
Would a celestial horse poop?
He poops rainbow ice cream.
See, it'll be fine.
God damn it!
It's a horse, not a unicorn.
Points to Julia. reference.
Bucky is insulted by your insinuation
Not
that he
a
doesn't poop
squatty
rainbow
potty
ice cream.
commercial.
Alright, so Telmar, roll. Are you threatening or are
No,
you
I'm
trying
persuading. I'm saying, look.
roll with advantage because everyone's backing you up.
Yeah, see, there you go. Advantage. And surprisingly, I got a +10 to persuasion, and I still rolled like shit.
That's okay. He rolled a natural too.
Hey.
All right. As long as your horse doesn't shit on the ground.
It was alright.
And so Bucky like ducks his head and was like, "All right, okay, here we go." Okay.
So do you want a room, Bucky?
No, can I disappear after this?
Fine.
Yeah.
Go back to Celestial. Oh, okay.
Yes. As he leads you guys in, and
You gotta take me up to my room, though.
yeah, you guys are led back to the common room that branches off to all your bedrooms, and there seems to be no one there. It seems like no one's serviced this thing quite yet. There's still a crate of liquor that you guys haven't touched yet in the corner. But otherwise, you guys managed to... The Normandy kind of floats in, though Arendir and Corin are kind of wobbly walking into the room as Bucky enters last with Talmar and the Professor. The guide says that he'll see to getting bandages and water for cleaning and some food up here for you all. And let Lady Firebreaker know that you guys have returned.
No. I'm dropping into these clean linen sheets, just covered in blood and gore.
The Telranian way.
Eh.
My sheet is my bandage.
This is why all the sheets in Talren are red and silk. For other reasons as well, but it hides the flirting.
Getting blood out of silk. No.
Prestidigitation. Magic work,
True,
Kirsten.
true.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss Bucky now that we're inside. I didn't have to walk.
Are you gonna help the Professor up, or are you just
So I'm
gonna...
gonna no. I'll help the professor off the horse, and then I'll dismiss
Just
Bucky.
let him
I'm not gonna just dismiss him and let the professor fall on his ass.
Okay, so you help the Professor down, and Bucky's like, "Buck, yes, AK!" And that's the last thing you hear is he poop.
Hopefully he's not drunk.
I'm going to sleep, everybody. Don't die in the middle of the night, please.
Try not to choke on my own vomit.
Lay on your
If
sides. Both of you lay on your sides.
If
I
you do
cannot
die,
promise
like,
anything.
What do
try
you think?
shouting.
I'm an amateur professor.
Safety position, everyone.
You only have to almost choke on your vomit once before you never do it again.
Yes, because you're dead.
Well,
What?
technically.
Didn't the famous bard die of that?
Several of them, actually.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
why there's
safety first,
actually a
kids.
class at school on how to help someone going through that.
Alright. I'll go to bed.
That's probably a worthwhile class, actually.
It's part of our first aid. And I'm actually gonna find a really comfy.
The walls.
Jesus. A really comfy. I can't even finish my sentence.
That took so long to land for me. Holy that's amazing.
I'm gonna try to find a comfy chair, pull out my book, and update. Oh my god.
Today's just gonna say, holy shit, fuck this day.
Fuck the Shadowfell.
And that's the story.
Ugh.
Not recommended.
Also gonna use the stone to contact my sister and basically say, fuck the Shadowfell, we're alive, but oh god.
She replies, yes, fuck the Shadowfell, very glad you're alive, please don't go in it again, please. That sounds like grade A. Fucking no.
That's Sarah.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
I'm gonna give Arno an update as well, and then like collapse just in my armor still on my bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I feel like Korn would try to start taking off his plate, and then would not be able to, and then would just go to sleep.
Get a
If
Paul
that happened, I'm gonna get up and help him take it off.
Yeah.
Like I'll help you take it off, dude. Like, armor's not fun, I understand.
All right, but no peeking. I'm spoken for, man.
I know you meant armor, but my brain didn't take it that way.
Excuse me, I'll, that's, alright.
That's a bad one.
Oh, from the other room, why aren't you wearing clothes underneath that?
I mean, I am, but
He's like, it's too hot when I do that.
Oh, the chafing.
I'm more
Oh,
aerodynamic this way.
right before I pass out, I have the fleeting thought and like remembering that that person said that he was gonna go get Firebreaker, and then I pass out. She's just gonna like come in and be like, "Thanks for where the
I mean,
fuck
I'm
are
still
they?"
awake.
Is there a fireplace, Stinky?
Oh yes, there's a fireplace in the common room, and there's a nice, super plush high back chair, like pulled right up against it.
I old man walk to the super high plush chair while mage handing all the supplies that I need to prepare myself some tea.
Are there 2 chairs?
There's multiple chairs in here.
Okay.
Shit, that's where I'm going
where
to
I
sit.
totally would have been like curled up in a big giant chair.
There's actually a mix of sizes of chairs.
Biggest
there's-
chair they got.
They got really, really big chairs. Like, this was made for a giant Goliath, which means, Rael, if you curl up into it, it envelops you. There seem to be comfy chairs for halflings and gnomes and lots of ones for dwarves. So there's a lot of comfy stuff for whoever guests here. So you guys settle down and relax and is anybody still awake at this point? I know the professor's making tea. Rael's up.
I'm
I'd be
gonna
writing
stick
in my
the
book.
professor and see if I can bum some tea off him.
Okay, so you guys watch as the door creaks open and you see your guide peeking. He's like, sorry to interrupt, but her ladyship is busy at the moment and says she will meet with you upon the morning.
Well, isn't that just great?
She's apparently receiving some intelligence from other countries in regards to the war effort, so
Did they take the liquor with them?
no, the liquor is still
You notice that as the professor's like hunched over the fireplace, like getting the pot ready and pouring the tea, a mage hand just sort of appears behind his head and like moves towards the liquor. and picks up a bottle and comes back, and he lifts up the thing to the teapot and just pours some into the whole teapot. Puts it back. Mage hands the bottle back down, gives it a couple pats, sits down into the chair. Mage hands the pot over, pours some tea, and he like leans back, closes his eyes, and just starts sipping the tea. Well, I guess we can all go to bed.
Professor, if you want, I have wine. It's from
Please.
the Dunwood.
Tea helps me unwind.
Tea.
Yes, tea.
No problem.
There's some tea in there, Ryo.
You're sworn to secrecy.
Of course.
Do not tell the troublemakers.
Never would, darling.
Not a word, Professor.
Good.
After today, I think we all deserve a drink or 8.
Just this pot will do. It's the sleepy time tea.
How appropriate. And how's our little winged friend?
Mirai,
Yeah.
would you like some tea?
Oh, God.
Lucky. I'm
Yes,
never gonna turn down tea from you, Professor.
have some tea. Careful, it's a little like Erintia and Corin.
Oh. Okay, I'll be careful.
I give her like a little cup, and I pour a little tea in there, and I give it to her. Drink with me, Mirai. It's been a long day. We almost died.
It was really scary. I don't like the shadow.
I do not
Professor.
like the Shadowfell either. I don't think we should ever go back there again.
Here,
Until we
here.
have to go back there again.
I think I can speak for all of us when I say fuck no.
No more running into it blind, that's for sure.
Oh no, I could do a lot of cleansing in there.
Are you okay, Talmar? You kind of seem
No,
like you faltered a little bit.
I'm not feeling too good. I'm gonna nap in this chair.
Alright.
Just gonna pass out.
You let me know if I need to get Corin. He's
I'm
better
already
at that than I am.
asleep.
And as I finish the sentence, yeah, I realized that no, he's out. Okay. Are there blankets anywhere? Like draped over the back of chairs or anything?
Yeah, there's lots of throw pillows and throw blankets around and
Grab a blanket and tuck it around Talmar.
aww. As you tuck him in,
May the
Oh, that's-
platinum dragon bring you delights in your dreams, my friend.
Aw.
Like you said.
Your sleep.
I know. I'm saying like.
Oh, Mirai. Oh, Mirai, honey.
Oh, is my little darling
Uh.
drunk?
Oh man.
She
Oh,
rolled
no.
that one on her con save, so.
Good job, dear.
You got the fairy dragon drunk.
Oh my god, this is so good for that.
I
Can we?
love Dungeons and Dragons.
Just this once, dear. Just this once.
Okay. I love you, Professor.
I love you too, my little dumpling.
I'm round like the dumpling.
If you think you need to throw up, Mirai, let us know.
I will.
And I just sort of leaning back and like, no, I bet that's rainbow colored.
You know, I really don't want to find out. But I'm writing it down if we do.
Well, I mean, they do have rainbow spray as a defense mechanism.
True.
Taste the rainbow as it comes back up.
Oh, that does not sound fun.
Ooh, Skittle bar.
Mm.
And
breath.
as I finish the whole pot of tea, I just sort of pass out in the chair.
So
I
you
get
got-
another blanket.
you tuck.
And then I curl up into the giant chair.
But as I'm passing out, my mage hand comes up and takes the blanket from right. Thank you, my dear. And
Of
then
course, darling.
the mage hand stuck me in.
Someone's got to look after you.
And I give her 3 pats on the head with the mage hand. You're a nice child. You're all
That'll do
children.
good.
You're all children to me. Glad you are all alive.
You too. You worry me every time we go into battle. Mostly.
Yes, one of these days I will pass on.
No, don't finish that
It's,
sentence.
mathematically, darling, it's just the way it's going to work.
Oh yeah.
But hopefully.
Good night. I'm just gonna curl up like a cat in the big giant chair.
Okay. You all drift off to sleep. Some of you snoring really loud, others of you just trying to find solace in sleep. You are undisturbed for 8 hours, so you guys get your HP back, you guys get your spell slots back. Corn, your HP goes back to normal.
Mine too? Oh good.
Yep. If your HP was your HP was reduced, it is back to normal now.
Oh my god.
Indeed. Thank God, indeed.
You all okay? So who was drinking to the point? You know what? I'm gonna make you guys roll fucking con saves, especially not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like Aaron, Darren, Corrin don't make con saves anymore for getting drunk because I just, you know.
It's a baseline.
Why do the dice always know?
Oh my god, Professor.
I did drink a whole pot of tea that was basically
Tea.
half liquor.
Tea.
Whiskey tea.
I tried to think of a way to make it work.
Tea.
Like tapping your nose while you say tea.
Tea.
Cocaine.
Oh god, somebody invent sunglasses and hand them to me.
I cast darkness. I cast darkness on Rael.
Fun fact, Yastana has sunglasses. Woo. Drow.
So you
Oh, shit, I
guys
love that movie.
wake up, some of you a little bit more worse for wear. And you know, sometime while everyone was passed the fuck out, servants apparently snuck in. There is lots of pitchers of water. There is some pitchers of ale, just in case. And as soon as you guys get up, you several minutes later, food starts to arrive.
So as Connor gets up, everyone hears a loud, like, just yell as he has to rip the sheets off himself because they've been, like, congealed to his face because of blood.
Oh.
And you had open wounds, which means the sheets were actually creating scabs. So you're bleeding again.
Well, that's an image that I didn't want.
Sorry.
It's Taurinian. It's normal.
He probably. Arendir thinks to himself that he was probably shocked to find a door.
Into a door.
That'll wake you up better than coffee in the morning.
Dunk!
Oh my god, he totally, if he had walked into a door, he's just gonna kick it down.
It's just a reflex.
That's just reflex.
It's
That door just came out of nowhere.
It's a door.
It's
Why?
coming right at me.
Walked into a door.
Yeah. I also wake up groggily, and do I have full HP, please?
Yeah, I told you you did.
Everybody does.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I did not hear.
You got
I'm
your
sorry,
10 hit
honey.
points back. Or your
No, good.
hit point maximum.
Yeah, everybody's back to normal for the most part.
I'm so glad I'm back to 143, not 60.
I know, right?
Super squishy. Normal array of breakfast is laid out for you guys. You do notice that Mirai does not touch the food.
Alright, don't you want some bacon?
Well, I know that look. I've seen that look. You were drunk last night.
Oh, that's hello, Carter.
Sorry,
You
it
will
was my
leave the
fault.
fairy dragon alone.
It was my fault. I gave her a little bit. I thought she could handle it.
From two professionals, then I motion to Corin and I. Bacon is the best thing for you right now, Mariah.
I was actually gonna say that that's the first thing I go for.
How about pancakes? Just a little bit?
I'll try a little bit. Why does everything hurt so much?
Here, honey.
Oh, honey.
You get used to it.
Little glass of water, cutting up little bits of pancake.
Oh
A
my
little bit
god.
of like maybe ham, steak, or whatever else is there.
While you're helping her, she looks up at you, Corin, and you and goes, "How the living fuck are you guys doing this? Are you guys like gods? Like how the fuck?"
Sometimes you just want to be sure you can still feel, you know? And I just take a drink.
That laugh was definitely canon. Like holy fucking shit.
Yes.
I kind of feel like I'd be like.
I just pat Corin on the back.
We all kind of start crying, and it's not sure if it's laughter or not.
Murai, they can tolerate it because their insides are basically pickled eggs by now, and their internal organs have ceased to function properly.
He
Oh,
is
so
not
is
wrong.
you.
Oh my god.
Corin basically operates only on Paylor's light at this point.
It's true. It's a
If he
blessing. That's what
stops
Feller's blessing is.
When we kill Balaam on, he's just gonna turn the switch off, I think.
Oh
I'll
my
just turn
god.
into whiskey.
Not even funny.
Just fall into a puddle.
To be like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He was a whiskey golem this whole time!
Oh my god.
From the plane of Daniels.
I fucking love you nerds.
Where is that? I think it's in Kentucky somewhere. Where's Kentucky? I don't know.
You guys eat and laugh and relax. Eventually, as they start clearing dishes away, you notice familiar guy who Connor told to shut up peeks his head in. He goes, Lady Firebreak will be with you shortly. She apologizes once again for the delay.
I'm sure it's
No
fine.
problem.
Thank you very much. What was your name again? Did we ask you your name?
No, sorry. Everyone,
We had a really rough day, yes.
you looked really, really rough yesterday.
Shadowfell. It's a bitch.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't recommend going there ever.
Oh no. Yeah, but yeah, yes, she'll be with you shortly. She kind of backs off. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're waiting for Lady Firebreaker?
No. I'm good.
So as you guys sit and relax, and eventually she walks in, completely looking different from the last time you saw her. Now she is wearing plate that seems to glimmer reds and golds and oranges and bronzes as she walks. Her hair is pulled back into a tight braid that circles her head, and even her beard is like braided, and you see beads of jet and onyx that are carved with dwarven runes, just sort of embellishing it. And she walks forward and she nods to you guys, and good to see you all still alive.
it's good to be alive.
Almost didn't happen,
Barely.
but we did stop the Shadowfell portal from underneath from being breached.
Oh. I did hear maybe that there was something going on there. The Shadowfell portal was trying to force its way into the material realm.
Yes, well, I think we stopped it for now. At great peril to our lives. But we all made it in mostly one piece.
Mostly.
Well, aside from emotional trauma, probably.
I apologize, I didn't know.
I think we took about 6 years off all of our livers, but
That's fair.
Yeah.
She peeks over to the case of
Another
alcohol.
drink.
A tiny drop in the a drop of water in the ocean, really. When you think of
Speak
it.
for yourself, old man.
I will get you all more. You all deserve it, and you all deserve to be rewarded for what you've done for our people. You've done us a service I don't think we can properly repay.
Fighting with us is a start.
A start, yes, but I'd like to do more if I can.
Well,
What do you
Did
have
you-
it in mind?
yeah.
Well, is there anything that you need? I don't know if you want gold, or if you want weaponry, or if you want...
I mean, not necessarily gold, but this is going to sound strange coming out of my mouth of all people, but do you have any diamonds?
Now, are you talking like just pure diamonds, or are you talking about the ones the priests always carry?
Oh no, yeah, those.
You know what? Hold on a minute. I think I can get you... I know that I can get you some.
Whatever you can get would be appreciated. As you can, I'm sure that you got relayed to you last night. We came back in a bit of a state.
Not unwanted, I think, after going into the Shadowfell.
Yeah. And
Fuck
those
that.
diamonds are sort of a backup plan.
She snaps her fingers and one of the servants comes forward, she whispers in her ear and nods and takes off. A couple minutes later you hear thud of little dwarven legs hustling it. And comes in the door and offers a small, well-polished wooden box, and she nods and takes it, looks at it, and nods before reaching out with it and opens the lid. It's not much, but I hope perhaps you could use it.
What am I looking at?
You guys are looking at a diamond that must be worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
I could use that for resurrection.
Corin, you need this?
If I have this, I can give you diamonds for. I could use that for a resurrection spell, which works for about 100 years after something dies from non-natural causes.
Yep, no, you can have it.
I actually, if I'm gonna hold on to these, and if I don't need to use it for any of my family, which is all of you fuckers, I think I know what to use it for.
I think I might know who you want to use it for too.
I
Because
have
I
a
had the
guess.
same thought.
And I really like it. I hope I'm right.
He said that we needed to do this. He believed in us. So until this is done, I can't. But after this is all over and I still have this diamond and I'm still alive, I'm gonna bring Get back.
I'm glad I was right.
So was I.
You're a good
I'll
man.
put an arm around Talmar and give him a noogie.
I elbow him very hard in the stomach to get out of it.
Well, it's not much, but you also have our eternal gratitude and are considered friends of
Oh, yeah,
Mythra.
actually, I have something that might be. I don't know how connected to information you are outside of Mythigar. But if you hear about. Shit. Do we know the Chancellor from Shar's name?
No.
If you hear about the Chancellor from Shar passing through, or anywhere nearby, that he's bad and he needs to be detained. And we're also looking for Sorel,
Sorrel.
the Ward Master, or who was Sorel, who was once the Ward Master for Tucknell. Is now
Oh, I love you, Charles. Oh. She nods. We're not as extensive as those above ground, but I'll keep my ear out. And if I find either of them, I'll detain them for you. No
they're both
promise.
very dangerous. Be careful.
We will. But I can't promise they won't lose an arm or a leg. I've already ordered everyone to start ramping up. We've contacted Her Imperial Majesty. She's already sending troops down as far as she can.
Oh joy.
Your army's massive.
They're mobilizing as best they can, and we're not going to be outshone by a bunch of overlanders. And for as long as you all need it, you're more than welcome to stay here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. Just say the word if you need anything at all. We're here. I am most likely probably going to be rallying the troops, kicking people's asses into gear because it's been entirely too long, and we don't have time for this.
Yes, exactly. I say that all the time.
Don't encourage him.
Don't encourage that.
So, if you need anything at all, like I said, just grab one of them and they'll come grab me.
Will do.
She,
Thank you for everything, Lady Firebreaker.
Of course. We're in this together, aren't we?
Indeed we are.
Indeed.
The whole world.
We're gonna need all those boots to kick all those demons' asses.
Absolutely.
So, she nods and starts to head out, barking orders at the servants as she goes, seeming to want to put the fire under their asses to get going.
I guess that's why they call her Firebreaker.
Yes, Corin.
I take out the ancient map of the continent and lay it out on the table and then point at Vianoth. And I say, is this our next target?
Shit, I cleaned my room and I lost the fuck.
You wiped the dry erase board?
I didn't wipe the dry
Oh,
erase
no.
conspiracy board, I just put it somewhere that I don't know where it is currently.
Well,
Oh, you had a dry erase board?
No,
Oh, okay.
our pretend. I
Yeah.
have it all written down, but I don't know where I put it. Shit.
You took all the threads out.
Crap, hang on 1 second.
Okay.
It's okay, I need another beer.
It was a secret concentration spell and he lost concentration on it.
Time for the conspiracy board. I just think of it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
Found it. I'm so glad that was recorded.
Love you, Dustin.
Love you, Dustin.
What?
We heard that.
Evil cackle.
We heard your sound.
That was
Um,
amazing.
It was.
So as Eridir like pulls that out, I also unfurl the small little notes that we have been making. Right. Well. And I follow this big complex arrow that goes to like Mythigar. Have we solved? Do we think we've solved this? Mythigar / recruit.
The portal
Yeah,
to Shadowfell
you can put a
call.
check mark next to that.
I would say so.
Checking that right there. So
And you can put a check mark next to Shadowfell Portal number 2 as well.
well, now we don't have Shadowfell Portal number 2 on this list because I don't think we knew that it existed.
Well, let's add it and then add a check mark next to it and
We-
say we already had it.
We have a few arrows that connect in between Mythigar. One of them says "touching the world." I don't think I was sober when I read this. Touching the world. I don't know.
Who's touching the world?
Well, no, this arrows go back to Talmar's monastery and I have really bad handwriting.
Oh, it's the paladin that went the.
Oh, my Paladin Order! Yes, I was going to talk to my Paladin Order
No, not
about
just that,
support.
Brennis?
the-
Brennis?
And Brennis as well.
Yes, he's the arch cleric of fuck now.
Payload.
Right, so I don't
Well,
know.
no, just of all. I think of all the religions, like he's like the head dude.
Oh, I think touching the world meant like bringing everyone together. I think.
Oh, Payload.
Yeah, no, he's not my Arch Cleric.
No.
We have Cyril head off at the pass or deal with. We have the army of Demoriel. We have the army of us. We have the demon generals ? Dremelek. We have 6 Shah Chancellor ? We have 7 Azzy's brother. 8 Greenbrier Collective. Oh, that's me. 9 Elemental Magics. Talk to Fioriel. I forgot to do that.
Maybe Zin is still here somewhere.
Brennis and Talmar's Monastery.
Yes, we need to hit
You
those.
guys do know that she is staying in the city, as far as you know, so.
My order's been mobilized, so they are ready.
Say we put that on the list and put a check mark next to it.
What are we putting there?
I like where your head is at, Eridir.
I mean,
Nice.
I don't really have bring to the party.
Well, we're not really looking for like things that everybody individually can bring. These were just outstanding issues that we had.
Hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Additional avenues of support that the army could use.
Yes.
We talked to Shaolin, right?
Yes?
I think they're mostly like our backup plan.
Arendir did? I think.
Yes, I sent a.
That's right. No, they said that they were mobilizing with Talknell.
Yes, they're heading towards Talknell. I could ask them to dispatch Captain Llewellyn and his men.
Fuck yeah, he
To
was
search.
such a badass.
They were
Just-
good backup.
Yeah, to search for the Chancellor or Sorrel.
That is an incredibly good idea.
Oh, I like that.
They're such fucking badasses.
If there's anyone that will be able to track someone that we have no trail for, it'll be Llewellyn and his men.
Tell Lavelle to go back to Shar and just start from there.
Speaking of Shah, I mean,
Like
I do
finding
have
Gollum.
I do have a bit of a line on. I mean, I can get a hold of my sister and see if she can find any information too.
I think we need to find out more information about We need more intel on Vianov
And what?
and what Demoriel has amassed.
Okay. Here's the question.
And I think Cyril and the Chancellor are two of our strongest bets. And the Chancellor, we do know that he is trying to regain favor.
And we do know he's kicking it somewhere in Top Hill. We know that much at least.
Yes.
Here's a question, Professor. Do you remember that library that we found you in? The one with where you were in the mirror,
I
that
do- I
huge
do.
library where we talked to the Avatar, or whatever her name was. That like very smart lady.
The paper.
Well, that was a different. Those are actually two different places.
Oh, yeah.
That was the library. You found me
Yeah.
in the Presidium.
Yes.
Oh, well, whichever one.
No.
Do we think either of those would have information about Vianov
Wait.
that's been on
Presidium is where Liara was.
We found
That
you,
was in the library. I
Professor.
was in something else.
I
Yeah.
think it was like the pocket dimension where the Arcana stores all of its.
Yes.
artifacts.
Gent sent you there.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's literally my first note.
Yes. But yeah, the Presidium was where we
Yes,
picked
that
up
was in the
Ryan.
library. That was at the bottom of the library.
Yeah.
Do you think that there might be information about Vianov? I'm
In the
getting
library.
whispers of the divine saying that we have an ancient knowledge source around. Should we ask Zinna about Vianov? Is she
mean-
ancient enough?
I think the only person, well, people, I guess, that might know anything about Viadoth would be Valentine or maybe Old Man Jenkins?
Avenger?
Quote
Yes.
person.
You asked
I think Valentine might
little
know.
buddy.
Or ask my buddy?
Amicus?
Oh!
Yes.
I reach into my bag and I put Amicus on the table next to the map.
Hi.
Hey, Benny.
So, like, a crash course on Vianoth. What do
Violet.
you got?
Oh crap. He was before that, wasn't he?
This right here. And I point on the map to the spot.
Oh, and he says a word, and it doesn't make sense.
Amicus,
Is it
you
one of
can't-
those things like where we can't pronounce it, or like he says the word and then it just like hits our brains and then fades away?
It is ancient Venelarian. You guys have been around Amicus long enough to know that that's what it is, and I said Venelarian instead of the language of the Ancient Glorious Empire. Fuck.
It's okay. I
okay.
watched Science Crew, so I knew that already.
Amicus, you can't just make up words.
And so he says the word in Celestial, which for those who know Celestial, it translates into the land that should not be.
The land
Oh,
that
that's not ominous or anything.
be.
See,
yes.
that was better.
That's pleasant.
What did he say?
I lean over to Alex and I'm like, what did he say?
The land that should not be.
Oh,
That might be worse.
that's comforting.
What can you tell us about the land that should not be?
Oh, many of the Maguses, the Magi, they tried to go down there to find out what was going on, but they encountered the wards. And, well, there is a legend of a Magus that tried to take down the wards to go in. That didn't end well.
Those are the things that had to touch your gate,
Did
right,
it-
Tama?
That is correct.
Did it have a name, this person?
Oh, I don't know. It was an ancient legend, but it said if you try to mess with the wards and you don't know what you're doing, it wipes you from creation.
Holy fuck! Okay.
Fuck! Okay, so
Well,
I'm
that
thinking
is an
I have
intense.
never heard of this.
That is an intense power to wipe you from the fabric of creation.
I don't know if it's true or not. I
I
just
don't even know what that means.
Have I ever heard read anything like this before?
Roll
Of anything of that level?
history?
Holy shit!
Amicus does the shrug guy emoji.
It's Reaper shrug.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I wasn't there. I was made much later.
Once again, I curse the Arcana for destroying all useful information for us.
Right. Okay, so my sword gives me advantage on history checks. Does it only count when I have the sword out?
No, you got the sword on you.
Okay.
It'd be really funny if you were like, "Shing, let me remember."
Well, I mean, it is an ancient sword.
You draw your sword and strike the Captain Morgan pose.
Don't tempt me.
The Captain Me pose.
Correct.
24.
24. There has always been rumors of powerful magics that can do horrifying things. The power to wipe someone from creation? You've heard some rumors, legends about it, where what ends up happening is it literally strickens them from reality. Their soul, gone. Everything that they were, everything that they could be, removed. It's as if they never existed. The fact that you roll Arcana for me.
But they were people around them know
for
that they're gone.
Fuck's sake.
What'd you roll?
Horribly. 19. I rolled a 7.
Jesus Christ,
Damn.
bars, you know. It's essentially
Storyteller.
once they are strucken, it's like no one has ever known they existed. They'll blink and not even know why they're there. With a 19, you know that would take an immense well of power in order to do so. And knowing that there's these megaliths that are chained one next to another, and it goes all around the whole of Vionoth, you think if there was going to be any sort of magic, it might, but the likelihood of this being something like that is really slim to nil. Though there is some part of you that thinks that would be the ultimate deterrent from hitting the wards.
I mean, it makes sense if Rael tells us all that.
Yeah, no, I would basically say that. Okay, well, there's stories, but this is way beyond. And then I'd say the thing about the.
Yeah, it almost makes sense in some weird way, right? If you want the world to forget about a giant chunk of the continent, and I point to the map, the only way to guarantee it is to erase anyone that accidentally finds it, right? But I'm also
That's true.
either one scared about how powerful they must all be to Moriel to be ballsy enough to go against the wards, or I'm comforted by the fact that they're proud enough to think they can defeat the wards, and they're not gonna be.
The word you're looking for is arrogant.
Yeah, that one.
I would feel better about it if they didn't have the person who upkept them on their side.
Well, you gotta hush my buzz, Talma.
And it just goes, there's always been someone called the Lord Master in the Empire. Never knew why. But,
what concerns me is that it sounds a bit like what happened to our slightly turncoat friend.
Flint?
He got erased from information, right?
That's a good point. I forgot about that.
So that tells me that certain people still have the ability to maybe do that sort of thing on a smaller scale.
That's
Maybe
true.
not erase someone entirely, but just portions of their memory.
Yes, well,
Right.
Still, I think Vionoth is our last resort at this point. What we need to do is we need more information,
We need to roll.
or the Chancellor.
That's
We
who-
need a way to get in to the information channels that Demoriel is using.
It's not as though we can besiege Vion.
We most definitely cannot do that at this stage of the game.
No.
We
I
could.
agree with the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to agree with the professor.
We need to find Soral.
So, I was going to say that we could. We search for Saral and we ask Lavelle and his men to scout Vyanoth. Is that a suicide mission for them? I don't know.
I mean, if anybody could get in.
Not even get in, just get close enough to see what's happening.
Perhaps
get
Lavelle
out.
could track down the Chancellor.
We can use him as a stepping stone.
That's a little more of a.
It's more doable.
Yes, it's more of something that they could probably handle without being wiped from creation.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
He's like, I have this mission for you, but you might get wiped from creation.
We may never remember you, so.
Wait,
don't want to be sent
even
you.
hid... Actually, would we remember we sent someone?
No.
Nope, I'm not getting
the
started on that. Mindfuckery this early in the morning. Somebody hand me more coffee.
All right, we search for Saral somehow.
I'll
Is
get a
there
hold
a-
of my sister and see if she can put
And
feelers
in the
out too.
meantime, we'll have the captain search for the Chancellor. If we can get him to do that.
Oh,
Yes.
damn it.
Is there a way, Professor,
Yes.
to contact Valentine in a way where I'm just afraid if I try to scry on her, she's gonna like wipe my mind or something. Not on purpose. Like she'll feel magic and then be like, "Fuck you, magic," and then I'll be like,
I attempt a sending spell.
You scry her when she's in the bathroom.
That's an interesting
Corin,
question.
I think you're onto something.
Corin, and so like as I look like talking to Corin, I'm like also like casting sending to Valentine. Valentine, can you hear me? Dear heart, are you there?
Yes, Professor.
Oh, my darling, how are you? And like I'm still like talking like physically to Corin. I'm just starting to ramble on now because I know how to trigger the eye glaze. So I
"Oh,
start.
it happened immediately."
Yeah. And so now I'm still like rambling on about like scrying and liches and things like that, but I'm talking to Valentine in my head. Are you all right, darling?
I am still recovering from that little jaunt.
Yes, I'm sorry for that. We just closed the Shadowfell portal underneath Mythica. We were wondering if we could possibly beseech you for some questions
Yes.
on how much you know about what's going on in, and I say the name in Celestial, Vyanoth's name in Celestial.
That cursed thing.
And we're just looking for some sort of headway somewhere. We have a list of things. We're running around like chickens with our heads cut off. We need direction. We need to, as Connor would say, we need to find a place to point the spear. Is there anything you would help us with?
I know only that the wards are old from the time of the fall of Balamon, that occasionally they need to be touched up, that it is passed down from Wardmaster to Wardmaster. Generally, Tocknell, as it is the closest, though it has not always been Tocknell.
Who else has managed the wards?
The Glorious Empire, when it was around, and various other names for whoever lived there since the fall of Balamon, since the dawning of the New Ages.
One more question. That does help. Demoriel is interceding in our scrying and planting false information. Does that affect you as well?
Oh, no. As powerful as she is, she would have to get through an awful lot to mess with my magic.
Now I have a question for you. Cyril, the master of the wards from the Arcana. Can you find him?
If you give me time, I can hunt him down proper. I know Valicera has been looking for him, but she does not have what I have at my disposal. Everything is shown in my mirror.
You are a blessing upon this world, but no matter what everyone says about you.
You are too kind, Professor.
You deserve kindness, my dear. I will get back in touch with you. Or let me know when you find out. This does take a little bit off of our plate. I'm sorry to put more on you while you are
Don't.
recovering.
I am glad to be of help. Since you all first came to me, it has been nice to have something to do. It has been nice to be useful. It's been nice to be wanted.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
I will be in touch. And that's why liches can't be scryed on. Oh, by the way, Corin, Ballantine is looking into finding Cyril for us.
I walked away a while ago.
Oh, yeah, where did he go? Where did he go?
So everyone else is left to go eat.
If everyone
He's
says,
just talking there by himself.
is there anyone around? Hello? Hello?
I'm here.
I'm there, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just munching on the sandwich. Alright, what were you saying, Professor? I stopped listening like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, well, I knew that would get you all to leave me alone. I was talking to Ballantine.
Oh, so you stole my idea. Alright. I see how it is.
Yes, I did. Actually, you had a good idea, and I implemented it immediately. That's all. We don't have time
Whoa, you said
to mess
Owen
with
had a good
magic
idea?
crystal balls. And
You know what? He said I had a good idea, so I'll take that.
A win's a win, Corin.
just take
right. She is looking for Cyril for us. She says that what Demoriel is doing cannot be used on her.
So the creation thing?
The false information.
Oh.
'Cause
What did she say about Vianoth?
She knows that it wasn't always the Arcana who maintained the wards. Apparently the Glorious Empire also maintained the wards at some point in time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Whoever had been living close to the area had some sort of
Whoever the ward master was in whatever
yes,
age.
but it wasn't always the Arcana.
The Wardmaster must be an ancient position then.
Yes, well,
Oh.
hopefully she can help us find that one, so we can focus on things that are more easy for
How did
us.
the modern one get to be such a prick?
Speaking of easy things, we need to head back to Talren.
Do we?
You? What is
Tess
the
just
tower
contacted me.
now?
It's a man parading himself as me. We
There's
can't have
what?
someone eroding off
Motherfucker.
followers.
There's a what?
Oh, hell no.
3 guesses on who it is.
How is that even possible?
Magic.
Glamours.
Yeah, but nobody can act as such an asshole as you can. I mean, let's be serious here.
Magic could only give a rough approximation.
I don't know. For someone who's studied him, I could do it.
I can do a Connor impression.
Given the right spell.
As he lights a cigar off of Connor's
Well,
shoulder.
I can get us to the collective, and we can move south from there to Talren.
That's probably the fastest way. Wait, because Furio's lair was in between.
Yeah, but Furio's lair is on the mountainside.
Right. It is. It's on the northern side. Islandora is south of Talren, right?
Well, Greenbrier Collective is centrally located.
Shaolun's probably the closest. Don't we have a way to get to Shaolun fast?
We do.
Yeah, we break into that guy's house.
There you
I
go.
just-
See?
I just look at the
Oh, he's
map
dead.
down the thing in front of us.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's right. He is dead.
We need it. The Greenbrier is the best place because it's north of Talred.
All right.
It's safe.
Okay.
And we need to stop at the Greenbrier anyway because we need to recruit.
Right. That's a good point.
And maybe I'll see my dad. You know. Hey.
Right. That's another good point. All right.
He's up to.
Fuck me.
I take a piece of transcription paper from the professor, and I write to King Elishor saying that we need a manhunt for the Chancellor of Shar. We think Llewellyn and his men are the best suited for it, and I give the rough, best approximation of a description that I could give, but Mike doesn't remember.
I mean, even if they were part of the invasion of Shar, and like if there was like this whole war, we probably would have gotten the lowdown of like intel of people in the castle still from the actual prince. So like, I bet they even would know too.
Yeah. And I tell him like we lost his trail in Char. We heard rumors of him in Taknel. Good luck.
All right. You send it off. About 10 minutes later, you get an answer back of, "We will send Llewellyn and his men out immediately. He will not evade us for long."
And I let everyone know he's on the case.
I would tell you one thing: I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of Llewellyn's arrows.
Corin,
Does he shoot arrows? I'm assuming he shoots arrows. Is that racist?
Species.
I mean, I think you can say that, and I motioned to Corin's ears.
All right, fair enough.
Corin, do you think we should write to Brennus and the leader of my order while we're at it?
He's gonna send a transcription paper to whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern.
Well, I know that Brennus was in the ancient temple of Palor, so I don't. It's pretty far. That's far north by the Dome. We can't separate. I think.
No, we can't.
I think taking care of.
Well, I was more
this
thinking of
Connor.
maybe having him meet us somewhere, but maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know because we'll be in Talren. I don't know if many people have as quick a way of traveling as we do.
Why doesn't everybody have a wizard friend?
Wizards are very
Snobby!
That is not the word I was going to use.
And wizards are not the only ones who can cast spells like that. I could have learned it if I wanted. I just didn't, because I figured the professors are covered.
Yes, I do it with flair.
You do, darling.
So what you guys doing?
I guess we're going red.
Yeah, we're going to the Greenbrier first.
Greenbrier.
Have we talked? Have we finished everything that we need to do here?
Here.
Did we finish this?
That's good. I think.
Firebreaker's still here? Did we just like mid stop talking to her? Or did
No, she went to go mobilize.
Right.
She went to go mobilize. She's off busy. She said, essentially, you guys can stay here as long as you want.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Zena is still here if you want to talk to her.
Oh, Zina.
What were we gonna ask Zena?
I mentioned it
Elemental.
when you brought up
Oh,
elemental
right.
magic, just because.
I go find Zena.
It doesn't take long, and you guys call for Zena, and she swaggers her way into the common room, looking at you guys. Darlings, you look so much better and so less like shit.
Oh man, I saw her doing like just this dramatic like. Yes, well, I feel like shit, but I do feel better. Sort of. I look better, that's for sure. I'm wondering if we could borrow your brain for a small second, perhaps even your mother's.
I mean, if you need it, of course.
While we were in the Hollow, I found, like I think we've told you, that they were making, locking away souls in shards that were then basically large explosives. The ritual circle that they were using was bound by Jinn from the elemental planes.
Oh.
I unfortunately touched one of them and did get to talk to one. Probably will remember me for the rest of its life. Long story short, we did break that circle and I managed to, through it, cleanse the Hollow, but I'm worried about the amount of elemental magic that they have used, and they had managed to enslave Jinn into these crystals to use their powers on this plane.
Are you sure they were enslaved and they weren't boons?
I don't know, they were in crystals, perhaps. Just them being able to tap that kind of power is all I was worried about. And I was hoping that perhaps you and your mother could help us understand more about that.
Well, it is possible to get the boon of various genies. The Tao, the Jinn, the Ifriti.
Yes, they were all there.
You need to appeal to them of whatever base greed that they're into. Some like flattery, some like gems, others like servants, slaves. Useful slaves. So it depends. Demorial, I assume, probably has enough power at her command to offer them all sorts of lovely little gifts. In exchange for getting boons. They didn't manage to say anything, did they?
They did say a few things. They did interact with me and Alex.
Rather terrifying to think that they're using gifts of Jinn themselves.
There was a Tao. I think I spoke to a Tao.
I believe Lidao is the one who had me.
Oh, wait, which is the one that I spoke to?
You both spoke to the Tao.
Okay. Yes, it was the Tao offered us all sorts of things. We did manage to resist, and then I smashed them all. Made it some enemies, probably.
The Tao like servants, and I say servants rather than slaves. The Ifriti like slaves. Possible that she was offering people up.
Well, that's not good.
No.
Perhaps there's just some ways that we could ward against that in the future, maybe.
I recommend not touching any of the Jinn things.
Yes.
Especially if you see crystals lined up on north-south, east-west axis, I would recommend just being careful with them. Most of them are more likely to try to tempt you into making a deal than anything else.
I do have this, and I hold up the glove that I used to like touch the crystals.
That is novel, darling. Where did you get that?
Oh, we stole it from the people in the Hollow. They were using it to safely carry the crystals around.
Ooh, very good. That should work. And I would just pick it up and crack it as best you can. Dislodge it from whatever circle it's on.
We found putting them to their opposites had a wonderful effect.
Oh yes, that works as well too. The magic's bullet, there. Yes, you touch them and they go kaplooey.
Yes, well, okay. Well, thank you for that. I guess that's checked off the list now.
Hopefully she doesn't have more. Those are rather expensive. She must have given quite the prize away to all of them.
Well, I checked this off, and now I just put a new thing that really worried about the Jinn.
They usually want Not just like Joe Farmer over there. Someone of quality. Someone of promise.
So somewhere there's a slave ring. That could be another way we could find more.
I don't know if it's a slave ring so much as them going around and kidnapping certain people and offering them up.
Well, that's not good either. Perhaps we should look into important missing people. Or put someone on that case as well.
Well, the only thing that I know, because Mother has mentioned it half a dozen times, are the children that are going missing.
Well, I already am well aware of the children going missing.
Yes, it's something about hags.
Yes, I tracked down parts of the coven. Those are... They actually have my daughter working with them.
I'm so terribly sorry.
It is fine.
I know they've been looking for children with magical promise or divine promise.
This one has had
those
my
who
daughter
become
for
clerics or wizards.
quite a long time, actually.
So perhaps an Aasimar cleric would be quite a thing.
It depends on how old they are. They prefer young children, mostly girls. Turn them into hags that way. To the coven.
Right. But the
The
others...
professor just walks off.
The others who aren't hags.
Oh, generally food. Fodder. Either for sacrifices or quite literal food, depending on the hag.
No, I meant, like the Jinn or the Dao.
Oh, yes. Oh, that would be a mighty prize, especially depending. I think that Ifriti might fight for that one more. Nothing but bringing the Celestials low.
Right.
Anyway, they
Why is
could.
everybody looking at me? I wasn't paying attention.
Because they're taking up children with magical inborn magical abilities, mainly girls.
Oh.
Either magic or
Yeah.
divine.
Male.
Or both.
Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't reacting to that.
Sorry, I got distracted by something.
He's like, what, I have a daughter?
Well, I'm glad we're going to Tauren then.
But it's a good thing you resisted whatever was in that crystal, though, Alex. That would have been bad.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily me I'm worried about at the moment, but yes.
What else is worrying you?
Well, my twin is missing. And he's both Aasimar and a cleric, so...
Where do you have any information?
Well, my order's been trying to scry on him, but with the Demorial thing, all I've been able to get is south. And given what we just experienced in the Hollow, and what Zena just pointed out.
Do you think he's with them? Well,
Maybe. I mean, I don't have much information other than that, but...
if the scrying is being blocked or tampered with, he must be, right? And I looked at everyone else.
I don't know. That's not really my preferred school of information. Professor?
Well, I just
Corbin?
mean that if the only person we know of that's capable of doing that is Soral or Demorio, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna find him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
But we have a false king to depose, kill, to find first.
Find who he is?
That's important.
Well, now I worry for Corn's daughter.
I do too.
Well, I think
She's with Tess, so I mean, I couldn't imagine she'd be safer anywhere else. But
that's exactly what I was going to say.
still, though.
Whoever is running around trying to be needs to be stopped. You cannot have somebody eroding our support base.
I mean, yeah, Talren's what started this. Talren's the backbone of this entire thing. We can't lose it now.
We can't risk Cedric's health when he sees two of you.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we can see Cedric again.
I don't want to accept it. He's going to throw a list of receipts at me. I need to pay them.
He would just turn into dust.
I choose to die.
Cloud of receipts!
Instead of cloud of daggers, it's cloud of receipts. You die of 1,000 paper cuts.
Poof. So what are you all
God, I
doing?
have to make that.
Well, I think it's to the Green
Well,
Bar.
Greenbrier to Talren.
Professor's not in the room.
Because you're talking to Zena.
Nope, he walked off after she
So he
started
walked
going
off
on,
after the-
and she started going on about turning things into hags and sacrifices.
Yeah, let's not forget where his daughter is, guys.
I just got this ridiculous, like, the Travolta thing, just like, he's looking for the professor.
Alright, let's get the professor then. Damn, I can't wait to kill these people. All of them. Anyone who's ever hurt any of you.
Don't worry, we will.
You find the professor in the middle of a room with a circle drawn on the floor, and he looks impatient.
If you just said something, we would have followed you.
Are we ready to go?
Yes. To the Greenbrier.
Did anyone let Lady Firebreaker know that we're heading out?
I have left a message for her.
Okay. We don't want to be rude guests after all.
We did say the city twice, so I think it's fine.
But
I think a little
still,
rudeness.
Basic hospitality. You say goodbye when you leave.
Alright, let's do this.
we'll say goodbye with-
inside the circle.
Tell Ren goodbye, kick to the door.
I thought that was the Talren hello.
It's like Hawaiian. It's both hello and goodbye.
It functions as both.
You
Gotcha.
beat me to it. Alright, on the circle.
I cast teleportation circle to the Greenbrier Collective.
Somebody is extremely cuddly tonight. Quite nerdy.
Oh wait, there's that guy I like to scare all the time, isn't there?
Oh
Yes.
god. Yes!
Me. I still have this saved.
Wow,
Woo.
dude. Nice. I forgot how cool this looked.
Because, well,
pretty
Dustin's
dope.
the one who gave this to me, so I made sure, double sure that I always keep it because the Greenbrier Collect is important.
I like the dragon head.
I like the towers.
We reused Glorious Empire.
I like.
Right. Portal guy, forgot his name. Shit. That's literally in my notes.
Oh, guy, shit. Got it.
Porter guy,
Well,
forgot
yeah.
his name. Anyway,
Because shits him when we come in.
I do
But
not.
yes, bye, shit, bye.
I do not scare him this time. I am not in the mood.
There's no time.
We pop in.
Boogie.
Portal guy. Summon the council. I will meet them in the chambers. I just like keep on walking.
Okay.
They'll be like, you, portal guy.
You portal.
What?
How you doing?
I toss him a flick of gold coin and say, "Find the largest goose you can."
I just tell him, you ask him, how are you? His eyes well up with tears as if no one's ever fucking asked him this question before. At that point, he's so distracted that ping! The gold coin just tinks off the side of his head. And he goes, goose, yes, goose, goose. And he scrambles and picks up the gold goose. And then he...
Do you
scrambles
treat
out.
all the young wizards like that, Professor?
It keeps them on their toes. Besides,
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked him for a goose.
They keep
You
him
were
busy.
that professor, weren't you? I had one like you once.
One of my trainers was like that.
The world is
Yeah.
a cold, dark place, Ryan. They must be prepared for it when the instant they step out.
Oh, it's a good thing I have a sword made out of light, then, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Okay.
She's got a point.
I make my
Uh,
way to the council chambers.
Yeah, one time, like my leader asked me for wiping.
Oh!
Bless you.
Isn't it?
You guys head to the council chambers. You don't wait too long before you start to see familiar faces. Well, you see the different masters of the Greenbrier filing in. There's a mix of confusion and worry on their face. Some of them seem a little happy to see you. And the first one through the door, and almost instantly before you, is the professor's wife, who just seems to almost rush over and just pulls you into a hug, Professor.
I give her a big hug, and I whisper in her ear, I found her.
As soon as you say that, it is like she just sags against you, and you feel her fingers just press into your back, and you hear in a barely above whisper, "What's happened? Where is she?"
I give her like the biggest, like I just like bury myself into her shoulder. I did not recognize her, Ellie. She's old. She's working for them. I did not recognize our own daughter. I did not recognize her. She is turned by the hag. We will get her back.
She holds you fiercely, and you feel her face in the crook of your neck as she almost physically tries to meld you both together. And you hear in your ear, "We'll get her back, and we will destroy that hag. She can't have her."
She cannot. She is ours.
And she leans up and she looks at you, and there are tears in her eyes, but there is
There are
also
tears in my eyes too.
there is fire.
Oh, there is fire in mine.
And there is a resolution. You can see the cornerstone of her faith in you and in each other. And you can see that the seed of this fire is the knowledge that you will get your daughter back. And that it will be okay. Because you both will it to be so. And there is nothing in any of the planes and all of creation that will stop either of you from bringing your daughter home.
I just sort of grab both of her shoulders and I smile. Like, we always win, Ellie. And now we must attempt some more wins. If you don't mind, we could address the council.
She nods and reluctantly lets you go and very quickly bats away the tears, and she looks at the rest of you all and offers up a sort of soft smile and a nod as everyone files in for the meeting.
Hang on. Because what turned into a joke that you made canon by saying it out loud, stick it. Answer my members of the Greenbrier Collective. Sorry for not informing you of my arrival before time. Yes, boy, over here. Over here.
He's got the goose, and he's like, so fucking happy.
Thank you. You can go back to the portal now. I was just like, I look like at the goose, like, and I kind of shrugged to myself, like, I don't know why I did this. I just raised it above my head and like, you all know me, flair for the dramatic.
I think you got it for Corey to eat.
I set it on fire. I just incinerate it. Our goose is cooked, everyone.
Oh, god damn it.
Whoa.
I apologize
for
for
it and
that.
everything.
I apologize for that. I actually didn't prepare for it, but I was making a Scrooge joke and then Snicket said it out loud, so I'm like, well, shit, that's a thing now. So I'm just gonna make it up.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty.
Anyway, a lot has happened since the last time we were here. You may have heard most of it. Ali, I tried to keep her up when I can. It has been a long time, and I fear that I've gone silent for a bit. As you know, Ali and I have tracked down a coven of hags that were stealing children. I fear that we have found the head of that hag is working with Demoriel in Vianoth to free Baelamon. We have been to the Glorious Empire. We have fought demon generals, a few of which who I think are still free and walking this earth. Cyril, the ward master of the Arcana, and I say that with like distaste in my mouth. And you can see Kazrog, this half-orc, just sort of like spit when I say the Arcana name. Cyril, the ward master of the Arcana, is working with Demoriel. We believe he is attempting to take down the wards.
Muttering. Rabble.
We found the hollow, where they were stealing souls to create explosives to possibly destroy the wards. We did manage to stop them, and I managed, with the help of my friends, to cleanse the hollow. I am as shocked as all of you are right now. The hollow is cleansed after all these years. We are on our way back to Talren, because there are some important matters. It appears that the king is being impersonated. The king is right here. And I'm calling upon all of you for help. We are amassing armies, and we need information. I don't know what you are all up to now, but I respectfully request that the Greenbrier convert itself into full support on our war against Vianoth. I found my daughter, everyone. She is working for them. She has somehow been turned. I did not even recognize her own face. We must stop them. That is all I have to say.
At this point, Mad Eye stands up. Still looking fucking grouchy as shit. But there's steel in his eyes, and he stands there and he's like, I think I speak for all of us when I say that all of our resources will be turned to this. This threat threatens us all, but not only that, it threatens one of our own. Anything you will need, we will do. We will plumb the archives, we will put in all sorts of magics we can. Whatever the Greenbrier has at our disposal, we turn for your use.
Thank you, Elendar.
They all assent one by one, and you watch as Bertrand kind of flicks his hair back, but nods, and Victoria kind of sighs, but nods, and you hear her mention about, I'll poke all of my contacts, see what I know, what can be known. Whatever is out there, it will be yours.
I have utmost faith in the Greenbriars. You've kept this along for, well, over 700 years. 760, if I'm remembering correctly.
At that point, there's nodding of assent, and Mad-Eye kind of grumbles and stands up. Then you watch as he puts his hand to his back as there's an audible pop, and then a groan. Well then, I think we best get started.
If we could, any information we can find on Vianoth, but that the Arcana hadn't destroyed. Anything about Balamon, even the Glorious Empire, we need some sort of information.
Well, looks like we have our first priority then. Let's get going. They all nod.
And obviously any sort of strange magic, strange gatherings of strange forces that we hear about, please let me know. I'm sorry we can't stay longer. I pretty much am just looking straight at Allie. I would like to stay longer, but we must deal with Telren. They're basically the foundation of this whole thing. If we are to go to war, we can't have them not with us.
She holds up a hand. She goes, as much as I would love to have you stay, have all of you stay, we understand. The dawn must rise. You all have work to do. Just kind of make us, please stay safe.
Always. Wilhelmina. We've just come from Mythagar.
Ah.
I don't know if there's anything you can help them with. They've pledged their loyalty to us. Well, not loyalty, rather, but...
Oh, they're actually doing something. So they pulled their heads out of their collective asses.
It actually took... Stonebender was actually an agent for Demorio. Unfortunately, she murdered a couple of the council members.
Oh, politics.
Yes. But we did rescue them twice, and they finally saw fit to pull their heads from their stones. And
I'm surprised it didn't take longer, to be honest.
yes.
But I'll see what I can do.
Yes, and if there's any... I know you're fond of the tinkering. If there's anything you're currently working on, perhaps we might take some stuff with us before we go. And I know this is whatchamacallit to put on the DM, so you can feel free to come up with something later.
You know what? I will take a look, and I think I'm almost finished with something, and I will send it along. You guys are going to be in Telren, yes?
Yes.
You have the king with you. So I'll send it to the capital.
Excellent.
Professor.
You'll have some good luck.
Yes, Rhea.
Before we go, is there anyone, it's a stupid question, but who's skilled in illusion magic? Because if somebody's trying to impersonate this one, pointing at Connor, it would be helpful to see if we can break any illusion magic.
Well, that would be my brother-in-law, Tori.
Hello, darling.
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
So apparently some complete idiot is trying to impersonate this hunk of meat. Again,
well, he's a hunk of something.
So he's under a very powerful illusion spell, which I'm assuming he probably is.
Oh yes, you're gonna
Like
need
that.
some. You're gonna need some very powerful magic to impersonate.
I don't know to
That's-
bulk someone up to be that size. Yes.
Let me see. Yes, there'd be several powerful magics that would probably be needed. I mean, at base it's seeming, but no, probably something custom there.
Well, I mean, this is Talren, so these people, most of them don't necessarily trust magic, and the ones that do, we're friends with them. So, I would think it would have to be something relatively strong in order to pass, as it were.
Like I said, without knowing exactly what's going on, I can only hazard a guess.
It's not my expertise, but I figure, hey, I'm here, the Greenbrier.
Tori, do you feel like an adventure?
Hey, boy, do I.
Does that mean I get to travel with you, lovely people?
Well, you would be traveling with us, yes.
Oh, yes, I'm quite amenable to this.
Wonderful, darling.
Briar
New
brought
person
some-
to swap stories with.
You are not allowed to tell her anything about my younger years with Ali.
Oh,
Spoil sport.
I was about to say that.
He'll probably tell you anyway.
We'll get along just fine.
But yes, let me go grab some things and I'll meet you.
Wonderful.
Smart
I
idea,
just wanted
Rael.
information. That works.
So he goes off to go grab something as the rest of the council breaks off. Allie rushes over to give you one last hug and a kiss, Professor.
It looks like I'm adventuring with Tori.
I know, darling.
Well, it's been a while. We haven't been on a proper mission in years.
I'm glad that you'll both be going. At least you can keep each other safe. Please, safe.
Yes,
I
we will
love.
keep each other safe. I mean, there really is no one better than illusion magic.
Truly. And no one better at evocation magic.
Well, I try.
She gives you one last kiss and a hug, and then please just keep in touch.
Yes, I will do better this time. I'm sorry I didn't contact you when I found her.
No, I understand. I'm glad you told me in person.
Right.
Um,
I guess we'll be off. It is a long way to Talren. Really need them to install some sort of teleportation down there. Hopefully
maybe
they've got-
Tori can do something.
Perhaps.
So, Tori eventually catches up with you guys. Allie wishes you all luck and to stay safe. And you guys head off to Talran.
Road trip!
I believe so. I'm pretty sure
Yes.
Connor wants to move on this as fast as possible.
Joey's gonna kill me.
You think just a little?
Oh, she's gonna. Yeah, you're gonna murder me. You all, with the professor's brother-in-law in tow, head down from the Greenbrier Collective Nylanor, heading towards Talren, where you seek to find out who has been impersonating Connor, while you have both Captain Llewellyn and his crew, and many others searching for Sorrel the Wardmaster, hoping to get a hold of him, to get knowledge, to see what lies beyond in the land that should not be. And that is where we're leaving off for the evening, and where we'll pick up next week with the Fallen Return.
Why this song?
I probably won't. I don't know if I'll be here next week or not. Jess is visiting.
Oh.
Jess
good
will be
reason.
here. She might let me play. That's also the day that we're watching Steven Universe and possibly getting super high, so I don't know.
Ooh, this makes me want you to play even more.
Oh my god. Hi, Professor.
It'll be another missing episode.
Yeah.
Poor Brian would be so upset once he gets here.
In case law enforcement watches.